All right, my magical friends. So wanted to do a little video. We're in some serious changing times. And when things kind of shift dramatically for me, I tend to hibernate and not really be very public or vocal. But I wanted to come on here and sort of share some things so it may give you some information and let you know you're not crazy. So, yeah, upgrade, up leveling, like shifting consciousness is really loud. And so there's this thing where what used to be fun, what used to energize you, what used to nourish you and comfort you and, be this source of creation for you, it's shifting. And if my message doesn't resonate with you, it's so fine. But there are a lot of shifts and changes happening on the planet. There's a lot of shifts and changes happening with physical bodies. And so I just thought I'd share my experience and the things that I am aware of through my own personal experience and through coaching people from all over the world and, looking at what's going on for them and kind of just being curious about, wow, what's next? And wow, we're in a big transition. And so share from my perspective as an intuitive, I'm pretty empathic, pretty sensitive. Things hit me pretty hard sometimes. And this last calendar year, so basically from January to January, I got hit with more sicknesses and physical health ailments than I've ever experienced in my life. I was sick a lot. I was lethargic a lot. My food was really strange. Some days I'd have like no appetite for weeks, sometimes months. And then other months I'd be like, I can't get enough food. And so recently I actually got diagnosed with acute bronchitis. I ended up going to the doctor for the first time for a sickness in probably 20 years. It knocked me out for a good 2 weeks and I'm still actually recovering. I'm still clearing my throat. I'm still clearing my sinuses. I'm still clearing my lungs. And, at first I was really bummed. And then I was like, oh, my body is upgrading because I have some really big and I had to let go of a lot of things that I was allowing in my life that actually aren't really true for me anymore. It's not resonant. And, that goes for my personal life. It goes for my business. It goes for where I'm living in the world and what I'm doing for a living and how I'm connecting with people. And all of that has been shifting for several years. But as I am unhooking from all the old ways in which I was existing in the world and asking for new ways to come in, my body decided to physically get pretty severe acute bronchitis. And I was out for almost more than 10 days. I lost my voice for 3 days. There was a couple nights where I could barely breathe and I was like, I might have to take myself to the hospital. And so I'm saying this to all of you because there's a lot of people right now that are either fighting off sickness or trying not to get sick. And I totally understand. And if you do get sick, know that getting sick is one of the ways, one, your body gets the rest it needs in this transition that you're going through. Two, it's also the way that the body lets go of old so it can rest to repair the cells of your body and so it can upgrade to new. Right? And then three, it's also a way in which once you rest for long enough, it allows the physical body to upgrade, to evolve, to elevate, And it also allows for the new sort of, the new downloads to come in. And as I was sick, and I literally couldn't do anything. I canceled tons of clients. I canceled tons of stuff that I had going on. I just couldn't do it. And I still have been sleeping a lot, resting a lot. I'm finally feeling energized and inspired, but these downloads of things I've been asking for years, it's finally coming in really easily and clearly. And up until then, it felt a little forced. It felt a little mechanical. It felt like I was forcing it. But I had to let go of some old stuff. And so what's happening to a lot of physical bodies right now is we're being asked to evolve. And we've never been here. Now, we're always evolving, but we've never been here in this time, in these circumstances. And those of you who are evolving and are on a path to, whether you want to call it consciousness or changing the world or evolution or upgrading, right? Or elevating, whatever you want to call it, you are becoming an energy you've never been before. So there's no frame of reference for now. And any old ways of doing business, they don't work. Any old ways of doing relationship, they don't work. Any old ways of doing parenting or finances or your physical body or your weight or your diet, they don't work. And, you know, it's funny, I got sick, and normally when I'm sick, I lose my appetite. I'm not hungry. This time I couldn't eat enough. It was like soups and cauliflower and broccoli and garlic and, jalapenos. I even ate a burger one day, lots of soup, lots of broth, lots of like fresh or cooked veggies, but I was hungry. And then as I started to get better, it's been interesting. I'm like, food is very interesting right now. And so if you are someone who, recognizes that you can't get enough to eat right now, it might be your system trying to figure out WTF. It might be your system trying to go, what is happening? Hot stuff, right? And so if that is the case for you, will you please acknowledge that your body might actually need it? That there might be something much bigger on the planet happening than you can even recognize. And what's coming through is that the old ways of working, like I said, they're not working. But what is coming through is this like energetic allowance for creation happening with ease, right? So there is no push. The masculine way of forcing things doesn't work. So there has to be this. And look, if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, then it doesn't apply to you. I'm not saying that it has to be true for everyone. I'm just sharing my experience. If you are an intuitive or a healer or an energy worker, or you're doing work in the world that's creating more consciousness, or you're interested in consciousness and evolving where you are currently at, this has been my experience, and if it resonates, awesome. And so the new ways that want to come in are from a place of rest, from a place of relaxation, from a place of being totally connected to your heart, totally connected to your head, but not from a thinking way, just from like a from a spirit way, from a possibility way, from a being way. And so this new way of creation, it's about tapping into the unseen energies in the world. It's about tapping into that which can't be explained. It's about recognizing that your human form is electrical, is energetic, is expansive, and is creating in other dimensions all the time. And if you are trying to create in this dimension only, that's when you feel like you're out of alignment. So you might feel depressed, you might feel lethargic, you might get sick, right? You might start experiencing financial hardship. You might be experiencing relationship hardship. So all of those things can start to manifest. And so what do you do about it? The biggest thing that I can invite you to do in this time is be kind to yourself, to maybe take some time to meditate, to get some healing work, to get a massage, to quiet, to watch movies, to go inside. And your body is a healing body, and its natural state is to physically heal itself. And so giving your body permission to naturally heal itself, to naturally upgrade, to be in allowance of the next steps, and to be in allowance that if you feel like it's an unknown, that's exactly where you're supposed to be, because we can't be ready for what's next because we've never been there. And so we can only be willing. And as you allow yourself to be willing, the work that is required and needed for you to do in the world currently is to align yourself not with the truth that you thought was your truth, but with the truth that is now coming. And you'll find that things that you used to love no longer resonate with you. The people you used to love hanging out with might not resonate with you anymore. And so it is time for an upgrade on every level and in every sense of the word. And so I'm just going to invite you to consider that you're a pretty phenomenal being here at this time for a reason. And the struggle is temporary, right? Just like the elation is temporary. And what is sort of consistent is that you as a physical and energetic being are always evolving. So it might be time to dig deep, to surrender, and to let go, right? And to not cling so tightly to your old habits and patterns, but rather, give you wings, give all the energies in your life wings, and see what wants to come through you in this transition and transformation. So that's all I got for you.